Hi, welcome back to Halloween House. So,
We're continuing our story on Rodney Alcala, the serial killer who's also known as the dating game killer.
and we'll link those previous videos below.
So, Alcala is called the dating game killer because he actually appeared on the dating game show. The original show aired from December 20th, 1965 to July 6, 1973. So that was like the first span of the show.
Right. And it was revived 3 times after the original show. The first was the all-new dating game, and that aired from 78 to 1980, and that was the show Alcala was a contestant on, Bachelor number 1. The second revival was 1986 to 1989, and the final run was 96 to 99.
And a lot of contestants that were on that show ended up becoming famous.
Yes, because there was 2 ways to get on the show. One was by referral, which we'll get to in just a little bit, and the other one was agents of up-and-coming actors and singers and stars and whatnot would submit an application on their client's behalf. And in fact, quite many people that appeared on the show would go on to be famous.
One of them was John Ritter, who played Jack in Three's Company.
Yeah, Michael Bolton, he was a 2-time Grammy-winning singer. Steve Martin, he actually won on his appearance on the show.
So Alcala made his appearance as Bachelor number 1 on September 13th, 1978. How did he get on the show?
So, referral. When contestants appeared on the show, they would fill out a personal information packet, and in that package, there's a part where the contestants or the producers of the show would ask them to refer possible future contestants.
So somebody referred him.
Yes. So when they were referred by somebody, the producers would mail them an application to the person that a contestant referred. Now remember, this is before internet. This is all snail mail.
Yes.
Stamps and envelopes.
Big surprise. Alcala got his package and he responded.
Yes, he did. And when executive producer Mike Metzger looked over his application, he kind of sensed something was off. He just got a bad vibe over the application alone. And he actually wrote NFW on Alcala's application. And NFW stands for no effing way.
But the producer's wife, Ellen, who was also the talent coordinator, she was just adamant to cast him. So she picked up something different from that application.
Yes. So now at the time, the airing of this show, the original one and the one he was part of, there weren't any standardized background checks. Again, this was before internet. So conducting a background check would require a physical person, you know, somebody hired by the show, maybe a private investigator or something like that, to go into police departments or courthouses actively, physically searching for any kind of background on this person. It wasn't quick and easy on the internet like it is today. So
they probably...
So there was basically no background check, not only not on Alcala, but any of the contestants.
And it's kind of a shame because at that point, he had spent 3 years in prison for assaulting 2 girls, Tally Shapiro and Jenny J. He was a registered sex offender, and he had been on the FBI's most wanted list after becoming a fugitive for attacking Tally Shapiro.
And it's crazy because really the most basic of background checks would have revealed this. I mean, how hard could it be to find out a contestant was formerly on the FBI's most wanted list?
Yeah.
So there was absolutely zero background check done on Alcala.
Exactly. And it's just really sad.
Yeah, it seems like there were just no safeguards in place for anyone appearing on the show.
And unbeknownst to anyone at that point, so a background check wouldn't pick it up, but still, at that point, he had at least 7 murder victims and 1 unknown surviving victim who later came forward in 2021, which we talked about in part 1. That was Morgan Rowan.
And like we said, you know, those crimes, of course, we didn't know about them at the time of his appearance because they wouldn't be connected to Alcala for decades.
Yeah. So on the show, Alcala was introduced as a professional photographer who loved to skydive and ride motorcycles.
Now, we don't know if he actually ever went skydiving. He did join the Army in the hopes of becoming a paratrooper, but he was a clerk in the Army, so his dreams of becoming a paratrooper never came to fruition.
Mm-hmm. And we do know he owned at least one motorcycle, and that story we told about in the cold case of Christine Ruth Thornton in our part 4 of our series. But
And the bachelorette that chose Alcala was Cheryl Bradshaw.
she was a drama teacher from Phoenix, Arizona.
And the date was for tennis lessons the following day. But after meeting Alcala, her instincts kicked in. He made her feel physically ill. She called Ellen Metzinger and said she had weird vibes. She felt he was very strange and didn't feel comfortable going on a date with him.
Boy, was she lucky.
Yeah.
Bachelor number 2 on the same show as Alcala was Jed Mills. He ended up playing Frank on Night Court and also the dad on Alf.
Yes. Jed did say that he was also creeped out by Alcala. Jed remembers Alcala saying, "I always get my girl."
Oof.
So that's a story of how he got on the dating game show. I know it's a thing that's not really addressed. People take it for granted. Well, he was just on the show. But there's a background to that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. What's in store for our next video?
well, in our next video, we're going to be talking about another surviving victim and the beginning of the Robin Samso story.
We've chosen not to include any photos or footage from Alcala's appearance on the dating game show.
It's easily found through a Google search or other YouTube videos.
But if you have seen footage, do you see any earrings? Have you seen any pictures of Alcala wearing earrings?
So why do we ask? Well, this is going to be an important aspect of his upcoming trials, and we'll address that in some of our upcoming videos. So if you see pictures of Alcala, look for earrings, and please comment below.
Thanks for
watching. Stay spooky.